Hello everyone, I am Michelle. Welcome to the Oracle of the Central Sun. I guide you to connection so that you can thrive. So this video is about the new moon that is happening on the 21st of October. It is happening in South Africa at 24 minutes past 2 in the afternoon. And so change that for your time zone if you need to. So this is actually quite a beautiful and harmonious new moon. What we have happening is that at every new moon, the sun and the moon come together. This time they are together at 28 degrees and 21 minutes of Libra. And what is beautiful about this is that the ruler of the new moon is Venus, and Venus is also in her home sign of Libra. This means that with this new moon, there will be more harmony. There will be more harmony in relationships, our relationship with ourselves, with others. Our values will feel really close to our hearts, and we are able to just find more balance in relationships in the sign of Libra. So this really is a new moon where things can feel new and light, and we can really enter a new space in terms of finding balance in relationships that maybe we have not felt for a long time or even in this lifetime. And there is also something happening here that is really harmonious in terms of something that has been developing since December of 2020. So in 2020, we had a conjunction in the sign of Aquarius between Saturn and Jupiter. And a conjunction between any two planets, just like the new moon, is a seed point. It's a new beginning. And sometimes with the slow moving planets, with the moon cycle, we see everything developing in like 29 and a half days. But with other planets, and especially the slow moving planets, it takes years before we get other aspects forming after the conjunction or the seed point. And so what is happening at the moment in the sky in terms of Saturn's retrograde is another point of a trine between Saturn and Jupiter. So there's a review here, there's an absolute new start and a new viewpoint where we could be breaking through barriers that were previously there with Saturn. We can really find a more wise and a more grounded sense in reality when it comes to our belief system and how we expand with our belief systems and our faith. And at this new moon, this is all related to relationships. This is all related to Venus and harmony and our values and really finding balance. So a trine is a flowing aspect. So since that seed point in December 2020, we are now at a point where these planets are 4 signs apart and forming a trine. So there's something harmonious transpiring here that is going to develop and grow and expand in a fast way while these planets are in a trine aspect. And the other aspect that is active at this new moon, that has also been with us for a while, is that beautiful minor grand trine that is happening between Pluto in Aquarius and with Uranus in Gemini and Neptune in Aries. So this is very deep, it's very transformational, it can be very enlightening. We can really come to completely new viewpoints and awakenings with this trine aspect between Pluto and Uranus, and with Pluto and Uranus also both sextiling Neptune. There's a real aspect here of moving into union and divine love and cosmic expansion, and just really being able to see something from a very high vibrational, energetic, spiritual viewpoint. So these really are amazing energies that are happening at this new moon, and this feels like such a complete fresh start. If you are someone who is older, you will really feel this, because we in our lifetimes would not have experienced these energies before. So this is really a beautiful new moon. The aspect that is a little bit more challenging at the time of this new moon is that we have Jupiter that's making that beautiful trine to Saturn, also squaring Chiron. And even though square aspects can be a little bit more challenging, there is a lot of healing that can happen here. Chiron is sitting in Aries, so it's all about our individuality, who we are becoming as individuals right now, what we are moving into, what we are choosing for ourselves as individuals. And the square to Jupiter is all about finding new belief systems in order to expand into who we are becoming now. So this can be challenging in terms of letting go of the old, stepping into the new. But what is, I think, beautiful here, and Jupiter can always bring the expansion. And even though with Chiron we may be dealing with old wounds and old hurts and things also that have been with us for decades, there is such a real chance here for healing at this time. So face those things that you know are ready to go. Let go of those belief systems and even spiritual and faith systems that served you in the past that may not be serving you anymore. And ask yourself, what can I really move into and heal at this time in order to have those beautiful fresh starts that we can all experience in terms of relationships right now. This new moon really is a new seed point where we can move into balance in relationships. We can have a sense of give and take that feels really mutual, and balance in communication. At the time of this full moon, we've already discussed that the ruler Venus is in her home sign. We also have the masculine Mars also in his home sign, and he is sitting with the planet Mercury. So with Venus in her home sign and Mars in his home sign, there's really a very strong sense of the masculine and the feminine at this time can be expressed in a very beautiful way. And Mars and Venus can both bring their strongest symbolism and archetypes to the forefront while they are in their home signs, and really find balance here. So with Mars sitting in conjunction with Mercury at 20 degrees of Scorpio at the time of this new moon, there's also a new sense of moving into action with our communication and finding new balance in terms of when to be assertive, when to hold back in what we say, even in how we think. And with the Chiron Jupiter aspect of our belief systems, we can really here work with that Mars Mercury as well, in terms of just releasing old thought patterns that don't serve us anymore. So I think this is a beautiful new moon. I really urge you to maybe at this new moon have some ritual of a new start, you know, whatever ritual works for you, even if it is just walking in nature, connecting to nature, sometime on the 21st if you can, or even just lighting a candle in your home at night and having a contemplation or a meditation about your relationships, and focus on those things that feel expansive and beautiful, because where we place our focus, that is the thing that grows. So focus on the gratitude and the love and the expansion and the balance, and lean into this new cycle of a seed point that we can move into at this time. So I also did a Ching reading for this new moon, which feels very related to Venus for me. I'm using this Ching Book of Changes. It's called The Little Book of Changes by Peter Crisp. I love it because it's very simple and poetic. I do still use my other versions of the I Ching, but they require a little bit more reading and interpretation. So I really, really love this one. So I received hexagram 57, and it is called Breezing Along. It says, you penetrate every aspect of the situation, making sure things keep moving in the right direction. You, like a summer breeze, clearing your sky of clouds, revealing the serenity of the sky. So this is beautiful. This really feels to me like Venus in a home sign. It's about harmony, it's about clarity, it's about clouds removing from the sky and revealing serenity. And then the suggestion is, be like the wind that keeps blowing in the same direction. You don't bluster about constantly changing your approach. You are consistent in your aims, always moving forward towards your goal. You communicate your purpose clearly and consistently. The effects are subtle yet irresistible. You just keep coming. So this really speaks to having a clear sense of direction and planting those little seeds every day. My other I Ching that I love is the Elements of the I Ching by Stephen Karcher. And in this book, the analogy of this energy is of growing plants extending roots and branches. So again, it's that idea of sometimes when we plant a seed, there will be growth below the surface in the roots before the plant starts growing above the soil. So there's an urge here for us to be clear about our aims and just keep moving forward, and to nurture those seeds that we have planted. Not to think, oh, we've planted the seed, oh, it's not going to grow, we're going to walk away. But to keep on nurturing the seeds that we've planted. And then we will find real beauty and fruition here, which I think is really, really powerful. And then I also drew a tarot card, and I received the Knight of Cups. Now, cup cards are all related to emotions and to the heart. This knight, you can see he's very steadfast on his horse. His horse looks very noble. And even though he's on the horse, he looks very stable and he's holding the cup in his hand. There's a real symbolism of stability in this card. He's also has the symbol of Mercury on his helmet and on his shoes. So there's a sense of bringing a message, delivering an emotional message. So you might be receiving something that feels very close to your heart in terms of communication, or you might be the one that is giving the communication, saying something to someone else. And in the Knight of Cups, there's also a sense of balance between the groundedness and the emotion. On some of the cards, you'll see that the water, which represents the emotion, is very choppy and very stormy. But in this card, there is emotion. It's flowing very beautifully and serenely, and the horse is standing very firmly on the ground. There are no storm clouds in the background. So this is also a card of the serenity that of the wisdom that we received from the Ching. So at the time of this new moon, you could be receiving a beautiful cup of love, of emotion. It could be something that you are gifting yourself. It could be something that you are receiving from someone or something else. But there is such an openness here, a sense of giving, a sense of balance. And this is all related to the heart and to the emotions. So I really love the symbolism that I received for this new moon. It feels really apt, and I hope that you received some wisdom. I'm open for readings at the moment. I'm combining beautiful healing of belief systems, energetic systems, with divination, astrology, and tarot to give you guidance. It really is a beautiful session, and I really, really welcome you to book a session with me. Buy me a coffee if you find value here. Leave a comment, leave an emoji. It helps my channel to grow. I really appreciate it. And I will see you again next time. Thank you so much for being here.